Hey y'all, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cinnamon roll monkey bread. It is delicious and it is a great treat if you're having guests over and want to throw together something sweet for a holiday breakfast. We're going to start with 3 containers of cinnamon rolls. I'm just using the store brand. We're going to unwrap those and take the icing out and set that aside. Now we're going to take all of the cinnamon rolls and cut them into quarters. That means cut them into 4 pieces. And once we cut them into 4 pieces, we are going to separate. So you can see I cut 2 cinnamon rolls at the same time. So now I'm just pulling apart. You have to be careful though, because you'll notice that the cinnamon roll is in layers. So sometimes it wants to disconnect completely. If it does, just kind of squeeze it back together. Now we're going to coat the pieces in a cinnamon sugar mixture. I have 1 cup of sugar and about 1.5 tablespoons of cinnamon. You can use more or less depending on what you like. So once I mix that up, I'm just going to transfer it to a large Ziploc bag. Now I'm going to add the dough to the cinnamon sugar mixture. So I'm just adding about half of the dough to the Ziploc bag. I'm going to do this in 2 batches. We don't want to overfill the bag. So again, about half of the dough is in the bag. I'm going to shake it around until everything is coated. Now we're going to transfer that to a bundt pan. So I have my pan here. I'm spraying it really good with a non-stick spray. This is super important because this is going to be sticky and it will stick to your pan if you don't spray it well. So make sure you spray plenty of non-stick spray on there. And now I'm going to take those coated pieces of dough and just add them evenly to the pan. And once you have all of those pieces in the pan, remember we only did the first half, so now we're moving on to the second batch. So again, just adding those pieces of dough to the same cinnamon sugar mixture. We're going to shake it again and repeat the process. So once you have the dough all laid out in your pan, then I like to take any of the extra cinnamon sugar that was left in the bag and just sprinkle it over the top. And now we're going to go over to the stovetop and melt 2 sticks of butter over medium heat. Once the butter is completely melted, I'm going to add half a cup of packed brown sugar. And I'm just going to let that continue to cook over medium heat until it starts to simmer. And now we're just going to pour that melted butter over the dough. Once everything is coated well, we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes. Once it comes out of the oven, I always like to take a knife or fork and just stick it down in there to make sure the dough is cooked, because a lot of times I've noticed it will look done on the top as you see here, but if you look down in there further, you'll see that the dough is still raw. I don't know if it's just me, but I swear every time I bake monkey bread, I have to adjust my timing. So just double check it. If the dough is still doughy, just put it in there for a few more minutes and keep checking until the dough is cooked all the way through. You want to let it cool for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's going to be time to flip. Don't let it cool for too long because you do not want that sauce to harden up. But after about 10 minutes, it should be ready. So I'm just going to take a knife and kind of loosen it on the edges. It just makes it a little easier to flip. Again, that's why I told you earlier, it's so important to make sure you use plenty of non-stick spray. And once it's out, you may notice that some pieces kind of want to slide around. Just fix them. We do not want a hard monkey bread, so this is what we want it to look like. We still want it to be ooey gooey and not hard. So if the pieces are kind of sliding around, that is completely fine. And last but not least, we are going to take the icing from earlier and just drizzle it over the top. And now you are all done. This is best served warm, so fresh out of the oven as soon as you make it, but it'll still be good a little later. Just make sure you put it in the microwave and put some heat on it. I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Thanks for watching Cook for Your Man. Bye.